Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The channel that we're looking at first today is called Yes Nomads, and they're doing something really interesting on their channel. So I'm still kind of getting to know them. I've seen quite a few videos, but the banner tells us they're bringing travel, family, unboxings, and reviews. And the last couple of things I've seen have been reviews. I used to have one of those like little shark, smaller than this, but one of those little vacuums. I always liked it to clean the car and stuff like that. This creator just did a review. I literally just watched that one, but I've seen other things, and I just watched this as well because I wanted to see what Kristen Welton was talking about that I hadn't noticed. So you can imagine, of all the creators that I talk to frequently, Kristen is the most, because before and after Tuber Chat, the YouTube conversation doesn't stop. And after we finished the show, if you want to call it that, the other day, the live stream, she let me know, we were talking about, creators and stuff like that, and she said, you know who's really, really supportive? And I said, who? Because I always want to know. She said, Yes Nomads. She said, that's a channel that every time she posts something, this creator's right there to comment, and they're consistent, and they're thoughtful, and everything else. And I really am happy to hear that kind of thing. Now, Kristen's not the only one who's going to tell me that. I hear from creators regularly. I'm always curious to know when people have really supportive creators behind them. It's a heartwarming thing to have heard, you know what I mean? And luckily, as the host of Tuber Chat, I get to hear this kind of thing frequently. But I thought that really stood out, and so I wanted to give this channel an extra moment. And they're doing something really interesting here because they're actually doing their videos in 2 different languages a lot of the time. Not every one, but a lot of them, which is really, really cool as well. So we'll see how that plays out for them. The latest couple of videos are quite short, but they got plenty over 3 minutes. So as everybody's connecting with them, I hope you'll find a 3-minute video, watch from beginning to end, leave a meaningful, genuine comment, and then give the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. We do that for every single channel. I'm going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, and that's a special playlist I use with a fun name just to keep her get caught up with creators. I thought it was really cool. Kristen was the one who pointed out for me, actually, the fact that they're doing the dual language videos, and then as well, the fact that they're so supportive. So I'm happy to hear that. I wanted to tell everybody so you know what kind of a loyal and dedicated supporter you might be connecting with before you get there. 38,000, 54,000, 247,000 views on one of these shorts videos, and then live streams as well. I don't think I've caught them for a live stream yet ever, right? So hopefully I will. I've got the notification bell on for every single channel. It's been a month, but anybody can reach out anytime, especially if you've got something like a special occasion coming up, a monetization celebration, a birthday, a anniversary, or anything like that. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, and Twitter some of the time as well. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Mitchell always laughs when I say the catch-up list and mention that playlist name, but most of what I do usually sounds like it comes out of a textbook. It's pretty straightforward, so if anybody can add any fun into what we're doing here, I always welcome it. And that was actually named by our friend Ghostly Winds. They've been with us for well beyond 5 years now. So thank you everybody for coming in. I'm going to do some more introductions in a moment. I got lots of channels to add to the wheel. I want to show you something. interesting. Tim Mitchell will find this interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people will. Then we'll talk about Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. This creator dropped a super chat, and we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away here. Then we'll get around to spinning the wheel. I always put members and moderators on there right away when I see them in the chat, but over the course of the next 3 hours, I'll add names to the wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation, over the course of the stream. So I'm going to show you something here that I've been working on. So I got a couple of creators. I just started working on this now. I've been playing around with AI. And if you were here for the 900th episode of Tuber Chat a couple of months ago, or if you've gone and watched the first couple of hours of the replay, you'll hear myself and a friend, Two Pineapples, talking about how we've been using AI up until now. But I've really been trying to get my hands dirty with that stuff. I've switched from ChatGPT to Claude Cowork recently. You know, there's a lot of similarities between a lot of these things, but I've been trying to build things and actually get AI agents working. So while what I have to show you right now doesn't have to do with AI agents, it's a really cool tool that I'm trying to put together. And what it's doing, if you notice the first 3 playlists here, I used my own just to test this thing, but I've got this system that was built with Claude Cowork, and what it's doing is digging into YouTube channels one at a time, grabbing their longest videos, putting 99 of them into a playlist. Those are via my directions, right? Because when we're swapping playlists with each other, if a creator's got more than 100, even if you have the autoplay on, everything I try, the thing still stops. I've tried Chrome plugins and everything else, I can't get it to work. Some of us are able to run multiple days of videos and things for people. We talk about playlist swapping here all the time. If anybody needs me to clarify what on earth that is, by all means, just mention it in the chat and I'll talk about it. But the idea is that we want to help people as much as possible, right? All of our friends. And some of us can run entire channels. We use Chrome plugins for this, but no matter what I try, it still wants to stop. I recently ran Crow's Nest, and I talk about, Scrow's Nest. And because we talked about this channel losing their monetization, I just wanted to make sure that their watch hours are topped up. And so this tool that I'm putting together is able to grab a playlist or make a playlist from a channel. You'll notice as well, I took a trick from Scratch and PPA here, where what it's also doing is timing out the playlist and letting us know how long it's going to take to run. So this one here for Scrow's Nest is 11 hours, 51 minutes. But I thought Tim Mitchell would be interested to see this because he knows I've already been running Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. Pardon me, I'm tripping over everything today. But when I dig through the videos that I've put into this playlist here, had the system put into the playlist, you'll notice some of them have already been run. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to run them again. It's not going to count double watch hours, but I'm just going to do it anyway because I can. I have multiple devices and another monitor, and I leave the computer running playlists for people all the time when I go to work, when I go to bed, and all that stuff, right? So you see that this one here, I've knocked out a couple of videos, but it put 99 videos in here. This playlist goes on for 6 days, 16 hours, 26 minutes or so. You notice what I'm doing though is putting these videos in the playlist starting with the longest one, and the tool knows to skip over premieres, upcoming live streams, and shorts. This is something that we've been waiting for and wishing for I can't tell you how long. But I just wanted to show that to everybody because it's such a cool thing. So I'm working on this in the background. Those are unlisted playlists right now because you can set this thing however you want. I'm trying to find a way to automate it. But what we're starting to see is the beginnings of how people are going to be able to use AI in real life for things that are practical, that are actually going to help them, right? Because I watch videos about AI every day. I try to stay up on AI, try to stay up on crypto, I try to stay up on some of the YouTube news and things like that. But when we're thinking about how are we going to use this stuff, I'm hoping to bring examples here. And thank you, everybody, for being here today so that I could share that with everybody. We're going to talk about Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey after I do some introductions. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So, Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey, thank you again for another super chat. I just watched one of their videos. I didn't have a lot of time today, but I did want to make sure I got through that catch-up list for the most part. I watched a handful of videos, including a reflection from this creator about their GLP-1 journey so far, including a weight loss story. What this creator talks about here, their mother sent them a picture to remind them what things were like, and forgive me, I can't remember for the life of me how long ago you said it was. Did you say that picture was 5 years ago? I could be mistaken, but this creator gets to look back and see the progress that they've made. YouTube gives a platform where creators like this can share their journey and hopefully inspire and motivate others. I think that's what Grant is trying to do here. There's another creator I'm still getting to know. He's just been with us a few months now. I've watched some fitness videos from this creator, run a few more videos, and this creator's working on 700 subscribers now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,500, 1,600 views, and live streams on the channel as well. I was lucky enough to catch them yesterday. So hopefully everybody will connect with Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey. You know, this is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you one more time for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Of course, it's unnecessary, but very much appreciated always. I was just about to spin the wheel. I'll do that again soon. But we're going to put Keto Simple up on the screen. I'm going to finally do some introductions. So thank you, everybody, for your patience. I don't mean to miss everybody in the chat. I was way too excited to show you what I had there with the playlist system. And I knew Tim Mitchell was in the chat, so I wanted to get to it right away just because they're here. And Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is one of the 3 channels which they produce videos for. Keto Simple is up on the screen. This is Dustin, and we'll do some introductions and then talk about what they've got going on. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Sally D's Realities in the house. She's been live streaming a lot lately. Dawn's channel, of course, she streams all the time. DeFam Adventures, good to see you in the house. Be strong like a grizzly. And Alaska, pardon me, Alaskan, is this right? Alaskan has come, yes. Forgive me, it took me a second to get that name. I'm tripping over these handles. Foraging and Urban Farming is here, and they were early in the door today, so I've already got them on the wheel. Fuzzy Adventures and Janine9 are both here, and then my love Kristen Welton is in the house as a beloved and dedicated moderator. We've been waiting for her video series to start. I've been lucky enough to see behind the scenes that she's been making some brand new videos in a very important series that I know she's excited about, and the first video flies tomorrow morning, so we'll look at that. We are in the Eastern time zone, so I mentioned morning, of course. Matt and Mouse is here, fellow Canadians. Rushing Wind Mountain from the Pacific Northwest, that's Ruby. And then the Feral Grandma is here. She was early, of course. Vintage Style by Joe's on the wheel. And Tracy's Local Learnings, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me, I believe I recognize that handle sort of, but I forget the name of the channel specifically. If I'm right that you've been here before, and I don't mean to make that mistake so often. These handles, like I said, are really tripping me up sometimes. So I'll appreciate everybody's patience with that as well. The Pharaoh Grandma, I'm just trying to get onto the wheel if I can copy and paste properly, which I don't seem to be able to do. And then we'll talk about Keto Simple. So Dustin literally wants to make Keto Simple, and they have a few different things that they're doing on the channel. So they've been dropping videos frequently, and I've been catching a couple of these lately. I'm just going to put the latest one into that special playlist I'm talking about all the time. And Keto Simple's doing a couple of series of live streams as well. But there's a lot of information out there when it comes to the idea of keto-based diets or lifestyles. And this creator literally wants to reel that in, make it simple. He does that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way, both in his live streams and in his videos. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 177,000, 300,000, and this one, which I believe was unexpected, managed to get to 1.9 million views. One of the biggest shorts for view counts that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family ever, which is really cool to see. Live streams on the channel, there's two different series here. So Tuesdays, this channel goes live. I haven't been able to catch one of those yet. I did catch one that I think was, oh, I did. I caught you last Tuesday in the evening. Yeah, I was going to say that was a pop-up, but maybe I'm mistaken. And then they typically do a live stream every Sunday morning, and the conversation is a mix of keto, whatever comes up in the chat, and a bit of YouTube as well, because a lot of people are supporting each other. It seems to come up in most of our conversations on just about everybody's channel now. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Sarah Prestwood is here. Thank you again, Dustin, for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. He's done that a million times before. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. The Stock Explorer, Nora from Florida, is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. I'm going to get them on the wheel. They're actually going to take Kristen Welton's place right now. And we'll see what my love, Kristen Welton, has got going on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. So she's been really putting a lot of work into a video series that starts tomorrow, including teasers and shorts. And she understands all the extra things that we need to be doing. We talk about this stuff all the time. She shares her thoughts and experiences with me. They don't always align. Kristen has her own channel. She does her own thing. We talk about everything and share everything. But sometimes she makes decisions that are different than what I talk about all the time. And I obviously do the same thing. But it's very cool that all of us have each other to learn from. And then Michael's Adventures, we're going to be raiding into your premiere after Tuber Chat today. I love to move the spread the love around when it comes to raids and mix up different channels and things like that. I didn't have anything specifically set for today, but we all know that Michael's Adventures is on every night at 8 p.m. Eastern and 3 p.m. Eastern, so we always have something to raid whenever I don't have one set up in advance. Anybody can ask. You know, I'm always going to give it to channels that I see are supporting other people, but I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. So Kristen Welton started with get ready with me type videos talking about bath and beauty products, makeup, skincare. She literally loves that stuff. She does a lot of unboxings. Sometimes it's a haul, sometimes it's a review. She's even got sponsored videos, but she often talks about subscription services like BoxyCharm. It's a popular subject on her channel. Once in a while, she does something a little bit different. She's done plenty of collaborations, including with myself. But tomorrow, 11:30 a.m., is the beginning of a brand new series, and she's going to be dropping these weekly. Kristen is somebody who lives with multiple sclerosis, which is a tongue twister in itself. But she's going to share her journey. She's going to share things that she's learned, the ideas to try to inspire others. And just, sometimes people like to share their journey so that people can feel like there's a community out there when things can feel isolating, if that makes any sense. Shorts on this channel feature all kinds of variety. Cameo appearances from Trevor Von Cuddlepuss and Spiky Bruiser have happened here on Tuber Chat many times before. The shorts have gotten now into 19,000, 22,000, 28,000, and of course we're in Niagara Falls, Canada, so you see some of that winter weather there. And then live stream, she's done plenty of these, sometimes outdoors, sometimes at home, sometimes in StreamYard panels, and we've done at least one together. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kristen Welton, another beloved and dedicated moderator, of course, and we'd love to push her towards the 1,800 subscribers she's thinking about right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. We never know what's going to happen with the Wheel of Doom. It's too bad it's not Monday. We could steal another line from Scratch and PPA and call it Monday Moderator Madness right now for what's happening. When we look at the screen, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator, another fellow Canadian, as a matter of fact, Scratch and PPA. And I'm really glad we got to talk about this channel early. Scratch and PPA does so much for so many people. He's here with us for every live stream. I certainly don't expect it, but I will forever appreciate it. And this creator, it was interesting because one of our friends, Ashley Anthony, in his premiere earlier today, mentioned specifically, because his chat was flying, he's always got, I don't know if it's 40 or 50, I don't know how many are there, like regularly. It gets anywhere from 40 to 50, I think, on average at a time, plus people who are, listening while they're working or driving, like I usually have to do, and things like that. I was there for probably the first 5 minutes after the video started today, but that was as long as I could stay. I was working. I was literally luckily just had a couple of extra minutes I could kind of sneak in there. But what Ashley Anthony had said specifically, I'm sure she won't mind me saying, is, wow, I wish I had the support that Scratch and PPA has, right? And my bet is that that is probably a common feeling with a lot of people in the Tuber Chat family, not just about what Pete has going on, but what this channel has going on, myself personally, some of the channels you hear about here all the time that are here regularly. What it comes down to is how much you're doing for other people. I say this all the time. I believe in the golden rule. It has nothing to do with religion. It's just to say that when we give unto others more than we expect to receive for ourselves, even on YouTube, I promise you, if you can be okay doing that and do it for the long term, you will get more out of YouTube than you ever imagined you were going to before you even started. I believe that's true for, every channel that does that kind of thing. Thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie. I'm just going to get you onto the wheel. I'm always good, and I know you are too, but thank you for asking. Keeping Up with the Stardashians is here as well. They just dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. I'll put their channel up next. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. But I promise you, I say it all the time. I forget, sometimes, like everybody does, that there are always new people here that have only been here, here today for the very first time. one of the lessons I learned when I worked in radio for many, many, many years is they told us and me when I had first started in 1994, and they said, you always have to remember that even though we're on for hours at a time, like here in Superchat, we're here for 3 hours, but there's new people coming in, and most people are only able to listen when it comes to radio for 10 or 12 minutes. In live streams, it varies. You know, people are doing different things. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. But we forget maybe that not everybody has heard every single thing we have to say. At the same time, I know lots of our friends are here regularly. I know you've heard the same things 100 times. I've even recorded some of the things as clips so that I don't have to keep saying them, right? Because I've said them 1,000 times literally. But literally what it comes down to is making the first move. The best success here in these live streams and the best success in what we're all doing with all of our communities comes from making the first move, reaching out to other creators, giving them all of the things you wish they would do for you, and then knowing that they will turn around and do the same for you afterwards, if that makes any sense. You know, Scratch and PPA is the kind of creator in all these years. He's been with us from pretty much the beginning. We've got our 6-year anniversary coming up in 3 weeks, right? And Scratch and PPA has done so much for other people. I'm very lucky to have deep friendships with all of our moderators and many other creators who reach out to me with things they see in the YouTube streets. They help keep me informed. Lots of people reach out to Scratch and PPA specifically for things that have to do with Tuber Chat because he's known as a shining jewel in this community. Many people have sent messages specifically to Pete, you know, for Tuber Chat because of how much he does for everybody here and in his own community. He cares deeply about his fellow YouTubers at large. But if somebody was to look at what Scratch and PPA receives when it comes to support, I believe the number one reason is because of what he does for other people. When you get to his channel, you're going to see how much work goes into his videos. His video editing skills have been complimented for 5.5 years now, but this creator has to put a ton of work into them because he talks about lottery scratch tickets following along with the gameplay, which changes with most tickets. Not every ticket, but most tickets, you know what I mean. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then I know my speeches get pretty long. I promise you, I'm trying to reel them in, but I can't say enough about somebody like Scratch and PPA either. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol, good to see you in the house. And yeah, thank you, Tim Mitchell. And then yeah, I had a late date today, so I missed Tim Mitchell's stream. He would have streamed earlier today, I think. There's Just Jason Keto as well, likely coming in from work. I'm going to try to get him onto the wheel, but we're talking about Scratch and PPA's content. When I talk about lottery scratch tickets, I had no idea before Tuber Chat came along 5.5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, that it was such a huge category and genre. And some of you might even have known better than me how many creators there are out there doing different things with lottery scratch tickets, including scratch battling, which is something that the Stock Explorer often does. They get together with StreamYard panels and other channels, and they scratch books of lottery tickets together, which is really cool. I recognize a lot of what I see on Pete's channel because we literally are only a couple of hours away from each other. We literally would be shopping in the same stores and things like that. And when I see what he's doing, Pete puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching by pitting two lottery tickets against each other and then offering us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. Pardon me, if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And I'm always happy to see the kind things that people say to each other in the chat as well. I know I miss a lot that goes on. I don't mean to miss everything. I do glance over. I see a lot of the kind things people say, and I hear a lot of the kind things that people say outside in other live streams and things like that. But it's heartwarming to see the friendships that are forged between different creators. Jeremy D-Day, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. He's been with me longer than 6 years, probably 6.5 years. Since before Superchat was even a channel, if you can imagine. Now, when we think about Scratch and Pete PA and his video series, if you can catch his premieres, I was lucky to catch the first half of it today. I have to work during the hours that he's on, and I'm almost never able to catch a whole premiere. But I was able to be there for a few minutes, and hopefully everybody will connect with him so you can see what I'm about to say. But when you get into one of his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Superchat family. So not only is it regular for him to have 40-50 people watching at a time, but the chat is absolutely out of control. He is a beloved and dedicated moderator, I know I keep saying, and all of our moderators allow everybody to connect the same way we do here. Many of our friends in the chat, probably almost everybody, if not everybody in the Superchat family, allows and encourages it. But 100% for sure, our moderators have been doing this for 5 years and longer, most of them, and they all do it exactly the same way. We know the system works. You see when I put channels on the screen, they're all subscribed. Big Dude, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and Pete PA and catch one of those premieres. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And then there's a lesson that can be learned about him drawing in the outside social networks to build interactivity into his video series and truly not just make us feel like we're a part of it, but let us actually be a part of it. And then his video editing skills I talked about, but his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by content in his thumbnails, which are also well done when we think about presentation and graphic design, although we might expect that from a lottery ticket channel to have the tickets as part of the thumbnail. What you may not have expected is the idea that he's got giveaways happening in his video series as well. And he mentioned that today. Today's lucky number day, so spoiler alert for anybody that's going back for the replay on this one. But he's got giveaways that happen in his video series, and you can take part in those as well. Anybody who attends can take part in that. He talks about exactly how to be a contestant, if we want to put it that way. When we look at shorts on this channel, I know I'm going to forget to say something here. When we look at shorts on the channel, he's got an entire series of Italian lottery tickets that he brought to us this year. But he actually inspired that idea likely a couple of years ago when he first went to Italy, or first that I know of. And he brought us some Italian lottery tickets from that trip, along with a lot of vlogging style short videos. Anybody could grab a playlist and literally run through all of these, because this was before they expanded the shorts to 3 minutes. So these are all traditional 15-second shorts, if I remember right. His very first live stream came from that trip to Italy as well. And there we go. Did we pass the... We've long passed the 2-year mark, but I noticed my red line is gone now as well. I'm on the right account, so... Yeah, I think we might have our answer as to how long it takes the red line to disappear these days. It used to be a year. It used to be 6 months, I think, but it moves along. Things change on YouTube. We've seen a lot of that as well. So, Scratch and PPA, a fellow Canadian, has monetized lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I think I'm remembering what I was about to forget, and I'm going to... just show everybody how to do hype for a second. Gloria's Platter was in there today. I think he rated into hers. I saw them saying that that was what was going to happen. But Scratch and PPA, she was talking about everybody remembering to hype the video. So I'm going to show you what that is in a second when I put my iPhone up on the screen. If it wants to work. I know it desperately does. And here we go. So what we're going to do is look for Scratchin' PPA. See, Mac comes with this, right? For anybody with a Macintosh computer, it comes with iPhone mirroring now, so it's very easy to get that happening. And then what I'm looking at, first of all, I'm going to give them the thumbs up. I haven't seen the video yet. I was there, like I said, for the first 5 minutes, so I'm going to add it into my catch-up playlist that I talk about all the time. But there's a button here, and most of us have it. Not everybody. I always have to do this with my personal account because I can't hype from the Superchat account. So I'm hoping that we're going to see a couple people do this right this second so that this number goes up. But I'll show you how to do it. We just hit the hype button, and it tells us we're going to give this creator a ton of points to try to get them on the leaderboard. And so I'm going to hype it right now, and you'll see that little animation happen there. So I'm hoping a few more people will hype this right this second, and I will appreciate it. He will too, I know. And then I will cut this off, and we'll continue on to what we are doing. Oh, I'm clicking everywhere over here. And Greenland Quilter Katie just gifted a handful of memberships again. She's done that kind of thing a million times before. So we'll talk about her channel, and then we'll think about taking a break in another moment here. We do that a few times during the stream. Tibby does everything. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then what if you can't find the hype button? So Greenland Quilter Katie, that sometimes happen. So hype can only happen on a phone. As far as I understand, it's both on iPhone and Android. But some accounts don't have it. And Jason figured it out, but it usually has to do with the fact that people sometimes have brand accounts. Now, I have a ton of accounts. You see this here when I go to my Switch account page, right? But you notice how I have one at the top here, and it says Kevin K. Tuberchat, and there's no channel there. And then underneath it, I happen to have made this a manager for our copyright-free music channel, of course. Then I have a separate account for my own channel. But this is what happened with brand accounts. And I felt like a couple of years ago they were forcing, or many years ago, they were forcing us to do that. So brand accounts may not have that feature at all. Vanlo, good to see you in the house. Oh, sorry, Vanlot. Just please correct me if I'm mispronouncing that, but I see there's two T's there. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And there you go. Yeah, Tim Mitchell says same thing. No hype on the brand accounts. So, yeah, that was something that happened. And then Just Jason Keto says, oh, he can hype from his main Google account. So that might be something. If you are somebody who has a brand account, you might be able to switch to the account that is the umbrella for everything, if that makes any sense, and hype from there. But I'm unsure. So, we'll look at that as an idea. And then keeping up with the Stardashians, notifications have always been a headache on YouTube. Not that I want to be too negative, but there's a few different things we have to worry about there. So I'll just show you here. If we go to the settings, pardon me, we'll get back to Greenland Quilter Katie in a second here. If we go to settings, while you're looking at your channel, this is on the computer, of course, but there's notifications up here. And you're going to notice that you've got to set the notifications for all this stuff, and you've got to tell it if you want it to email you. And even still, you got to have notifications set on the device, and then depending on, I guess, the device that you're using, whether it's iPhone or Android, or, you know, which YouTube, app or whatever you're using, I guess, is a consideration as well. So it's such a disaster. Oh, thank you. Sorry. Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a super chat, which I missed because I was talking so much, like always. Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a super chat. The Pharaoh Grandma dropped 5 gifted memberships. They've both done that kind of thing, both of those things before. So forgive my confusion. But the Pharaoh Grandma we'll look at when we get back from a break. And then Also, Rushing Wind Mountain says it has to do with having an iPhone version update. So that's an idea as well. I know a lot of people might be using older phones. I'm on an iPhone 11. You saw that. I was going to upgrade to the 17E, but I decided to wait. So I don't know what I'll do about that. But it still works. Still has all the updates apparently and this and that. You know, there's more features, but I don't use 99% of them anyway. And that's interesting, Just Chasing Keto, but good to know as another tip and another trick. And then Greenland Quilter Katie dropping a super chat. It was actually for So Magic Fabric Magician. So we'll look at that channel in a second here. Oh, I'm getting way behind here, my dear goodness. And then we still got to look at keeping up with the Stardashians and the Feral Grandma, so I know I'm like way out of order here. And yeah, we'll try to pull it together. I appreciate everybody's patience. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody, often more. And then when we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a creator who's given us beautiful views around Greenland. When she started coming in almost a year and a half ago, these videos were the first ones I was seeing. Beautiful water-based views of mountains, glaciers, and everything else. This creator's got a podcast that continues today. She's done some shopping videos and a few other bits of variety on the channel. Of course, there's a lot of quilting and a lot of conversation, a little bit of help with our YouTube journey. As she continues to learn, she shares her knowledge as well. And then this creator has got shorts that give us even more of a beautiful look around Greenland in many different ways. And some of the shorts here have gotten now into 49,000, 67,000. I know a lot of creators are using the promotion system, and for a very long time it's difficult for me to be able to decipher who's using the promotion system and who's not as I see the channels growing. So sometimes I'm half speaking about it and realizing what's happening while I'm talking about it. But it is a legitimate way to grow in a different way. When we think about the YouTube promotion system, it's not something I plan to ever use. It's not something I will likely ever recommend to anybody ever. I know there's lots of mixed feelings about it. If you talk to enough people, you're going to hear a couple of different opinions. But it is legitimate, so we have to think about that. What I can tell you is most of the things that I talk about here are not going to work the same way for channels that have promoted. The more you do, the more that's true. But these are just ideas. So it's just a different way of growing. It depends on what you want for your channel. But if the subscriber number is the most important thing, or view counts and things like that, then that's a way to do it rapidly. And then Izzy Pop is in the house. Good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And then, pardon me, Van Lot just grabbed a gold membership. So thank you for that. What that means is starting with the next stream, I'm just making a note for myself to make sure I take care of this right away. But starting with the very next stream, your channel will be seen every single day, whether or not you're here when we're streaming. We're usually on every 3 days or so. So for as long as you're a gold member, silver members and gold members have their channel seen in these screens that I play throughout the stream like this. And then their link will be dropped every 30 minutes or so by Nightbot as well, which is kind of a cool thing. So, Fan of Racing 2026, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Blonde Traveling Gypsy, good to see you here. Forgive me, we missed you by like minutes on the last stream. I was looking for a name to add on to the wheel, and I was calling out for you, but you weren't there. Now, I don't expect any amount of time from anybody. I certainly do appreciate every moment everybody is here, but just for the sake of saying, over the course of the stream, I will add names to the wheel from our chat list soon enough, and we'll do that at least a couple of times. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, like I said, has got live streams And this creator actually gets a whole handful of people together. They've got a grid full of friends laughing and quilting and creating and doing different things. The conversation can go anywhere, of course, but Greenland Quilter Katie has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. What happened here, she actually dropped a super chat for So Magic Fabric Magician Annette. So we'll look at this channel right now. Keeping Up with the Stardashians is coming up after the break, and the Feral Grandma, who gifted a handful of memberships, and then Izzy Pop is dropping a super chat as well. So we're going to look at that channel right after Keeping Up with the Stardashians. We'll take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll come back and do that. Mama Tato Heyday is in the house as well. I'm going to add some more names to the wheel when we go on that break. Fabric Magician Annette is another creator that I am getting to know, but they've been making frequent appearances here, for which I am grateful, of course. We see this creator's always laughing, having a good time, and creating a lot and sharing that with us. They've got information on their About section where they're mentioning to us that they're magically transforming new and rescued fabric into quilts, gifts, home accessories, garments, etc., with help for both beginners and experienced quilters and creators. This creator herself has gotten into 1,000 views, 1,400 on a couple of these shorts videos, and then live streams on the channel as well. She did one a few days ago. Seems to be doing these once or twice a week. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for everybody. Have fun in nature. Good to see you in the house. I caught them for a live stream the other day again. They I think they did a pop-up the other day, right? And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. So again, thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie, for the super chat. She's done that kind of thing a million times before. We've got a small list of channels to get through when we get back from our first break. Right before we do that, I'm going to play something for you right now. I do this several times during each stream. We have a series of videos on the channel, and they go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long each. They're conversations between myself and creators who've been with us for several years, who have passed 10,000 subscribers, some of them far past 10,000 subscribers by now. And they share insights with us so that we can hear different opinions about things that people have gone through, things that people insist work. What I can tell you is these creators have their own opinions. I try not to add a lot of my own. Try not to lead them with questions and things like that, but get their true advice for all of us doing the same thing so that we can get over 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channels as well. But they all say different things. Some of them very similar, but not everybody says the same thing about every subject. Not everybody says the same thing I would have. So it's a great chance to hear different opinions. I hope everybody will watch all of the videos. There's 5 right now, a 6th one coming. But let me play a short clip for you from one of these, the very first one that we did, where 2 Pineapples talks about how to get 10,000 subscribers. We've had a friendship that's gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship, Lou, of course. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out and having true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, what I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, especially a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people where another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting. Every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
Just before we take that break, there's a creator in the chat. I swapped playlists with her last year. She became one of my top channels that I viewed because of swap and playlist. But this is a creator that does vlogging in the truest sense of the word, but somebody I expect big things from. If you want to see a creator truly out there living her best life, that's the impression I get from Living Large with L Crew. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. And then thank you, Izzy Pop. I certainly do appreciate the kind words. Izzy Pop has been over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. That's somebody that had to reset and restart. Sometimes we imagine the worst. What if we lost our channel? What if we had to start all over from scratch? Luckily, they're few and far between, but we've had this happen with several of our friends. The good news is that you certainly can come back better and stronger and move faster than you otherwise would have. It will take probably a long time to feel that way, but eventually you'll say, yeah, that was probably one of the best things that has happened. I know it sounds contradictory right now, but you know what I mean. In the meantime, hopefully everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. 2D Life Family 25 is a longtime friend, Derek's Journey. And let's go for 3.5 minutes and we'll get right back. apparently Timmy Does Everything thinks that my face should be on a pinball machine somewhere. I have to admit that's the first time I've ever heard anything like that. I usually don't get mistaken for celebrities, but that's pretty that's pretty out there. The Stock Explorer had a good opinion for one of those as well. The Feral Grandma is up here, and this is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. A little while ago, she gifted 5 memberships in the chat. I certainly do appreciate the extra generosity myself, even though it is absolutely unnecessary. And I'm sure the recipients will be happy to have had those as well. And don't I just scratch and PPA. The Feral Grandma is going to bring us different cooking reviews, and almost I would consider this creator kind of in the homesteading community of channels. And between the creating, between the cooking, and between the sharing of information and a bit of variety, I group a lot of channels together in the idea of homesteading, because we have traditional homesteading channels, of course. We got fishing, camping, hiking, other outdoor channels, survival, prepping, and then farming and ranching and gardening. And a lot of these creators seem to have a similar mentality and sense of generosity, where they want to share knowledge and resources with each other. So while I continue to learn about what the Feral Grandma is going to post on their channel, that'll be my speech for today. The Grill Master is what I was going to call them the other day. I can cook to save my life. I can grill to save my life, but not anything out of control or remarkable. So I'm always happy to see creators who can. Hoping I will learn from them. And then this creator's gotten into almost 1,000 views on one short video, over 1,000 on another. She's working on 300 subscribers right now. We'd love to push her a little bit farther towards the 300 I know she's thinking about. What we want to look at with this creator is the fact that she's doing live streams fairly frequently, almost once a week. I'm hoping that I'll catch you for another one. And again, I know not everybody can sit there and message every single person that you want to come into your live stream chat when you're going to go live. But if you find a moment to let me know you've got something coming up specific, I will always make an effort to try to be there. I'm usually around. I have a Monday to Friday, almost 9 to 5 kind of thing, which takes me away. I'll sneak in if I can. Otherwise, I'm on YouTube every day for hours a day. If I'm not working or sleeping or eating, I'm on YouTube in some capacity. Even when I'm working on a computer, I got 2 monitors. I can do both things at once. But anybody can reach out anytime. I know I say it a million times. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. For the life of me, I'm still learning the name of this channel. DeVeo Alliance Community Church is in the house. You see them there, DACC, and you'll get an idea of the spiritual inspiration they're going to bring to everybody when you check out their channel. And then, Keeping Up with the Stardashians is up on the screen right now. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they're doing a bit of a mix of different things. So some variety, a lot of gig work, door dashing and things like that, and a lot of karaoke. I've caught them for a couple of live streams where they've done that. So they post videos occasionally, and these seem to feature more bloopers from the rest of their content. Lots of shorts on the channel. I don't watch as many shorts as people might think. I'm on a computer all the time, trying to watch more and more, but it doesn't come up by habit. I'm not on the phone scrolling to see them all the time, so I got to see one recommended and then click on it to think of it, but hopefully I'll catch more and more of these. We see that this creator's gotten into 9,700, 10,000 views on one of these, which is great, and then they've got a live stream coming up tonight. So interesting, because right after Tuber Chat, in 2 more hours from now, Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's on for about a half an hour every night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right at the moment that his premiere is going to be finishing today. Keeping Up with the Stardashians will be starting, so we should be able to catch that. And they're bringing karaoke, which is always fun. So hopefully everybody will connect with Keeping Up with the Stardashians. Almost 2,500 subscribers. We would love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then they have been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We put them up onto the screen right away. They dropped a super chat a while ago. And forgive me, today I know I got everything out of order. I promise you, I know I make as many mistakes as anybody. I really do appreciate everybody's patience. We try to keep that to a minimum, but luckily our moderators help with that. And I am sure it goes without saying, but I like to mention it pretty much in every stream, but I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way that they are if it wasn't for the moderators who care so deeply about what we're doing in this community, you know, and us and myself and everything, for which I'm going to be eternally grateful. But I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators. You'll notice that there's not many. That's intentional, right? We do as much as we can to make it easy on them. These creators are offering to help, you know, out of the goodness of their heart, out of their care for the YouTube journey and fellow creators. But these are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 9 years on YouTube now. I was on YouTube for a couple of years before even thinking about Superchat as a channel. So I hope you'll connect with all of them. And then what we're going to do right now is we were just about to look at Izzy Pop. So Van Lot is on the wheel now. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Izzy Pop, let's have a look. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So Izzy Pop, for anybody that's already connected with them, I hope that you will double check and make sure that you're subscribed to the right channel. This is the creator I was talking about a little while ago, where I was saying that they reset and restarted. You know, we sometimes imagine, what are we going to do if the worst happens and our channel gets, you know, taken for any number of reasons, right? It can get hacked, it can get deleted. YouTube loves the word false positives with some of their stuff. Forgive my sarcasm, but I do think it's ridiculous. And there's any number of reasons why channels can be taken, but we've seen it happen a few times. Luckily, not many, but I've seen my good handful. And what we wish then is to double up on our support for somebody who, you know, needs it that much more. This creator has been trying to help people with the idea of digital art, graphic design, some of the tools that are out there. They share their knowledge. They have done lots of work for other people on banners and avatars, I believe, and probably thumbnails and things like that while I'm talking about it. And they really have an interesting collection of content when we think about animations and the graphics. They've always been outstanding on this channel. I mean, you could just look at it and understand that most of us have much to be learned from a creator like this. So I also am lucky enough to have been able to catch them for many live streams. So I know that this creator has a vibrant community surrounding them. They have really loyal and dedicated supporters, but we'd love to punch that number up again, because this creator is, like I said, restarting. So again, just please, if anybody hasn't double checked, please make sure you've got the right channel here. I dropped a link a while ago. 1,700 views, 2,800 views on a couple of these shorts videos, or a few of them, and then live streams. So I haven't been catching you lately. I'm assuming that's because you're either on while I'm working or later than I go to bed earlier than I used to. But hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. Again, it's been a couple of months. I can't believe that either. And then again, anybody can reach out anytime. Izzy Pop, do you know when you're going to go live again? I'm just curious to know if you've got the next 1 or 2 scheduled or in mind. Hala gave us a cool video that I watched right before Tuber Chat today. I didn't have much time today, but I was able to watch a few videos. Hala gave us a behind-the-scenes look of St. Patrick's Day parade, and I got a story to tell when I talk about that video. I'm going to get Hala onto the wheel. It's time to spin. But thank you again, Izzy Pop, for another Super Chat. They've done that 100 times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. They haven't been live very much, they say, so a little bit less frequently than they were. It looks like about once a week, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're going to do another one, if you got an idea about when you might be on, I can set an alarm for myself and try to be there. Just Jason Keto is coming up. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. That's another incredibly supportive creator. And then Just Jason Keto up on the screen is another fellow Canadian and another beloved and dedicated moderator. Contrary to what it might look like today, not all of our moderators are Canadian. I think we've had 3 of them up on the screen now. Just Jason Keto is only a couple of hours away from me, so we've been able to meet up a handful of times, as a matter of fact. We always have a good time together and talking about YouTube and other things. Just Jason Keto is another creator who cares deeply about the YouTube journey, always sharing every single, some people will share things that they notice, but Just Jason Keto is watching for different things all the time. He is really serious about the YouTube journey, especially let's say for himself, but wanting to share that knowledge, anything that he can catch, anything that he can see. We're back and forth with little ideas and things that we notice here and there all the time. So hopefully everybody will connect with him, because this is another example of one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. And he doesn't seem to hold anything back either. I like to think that I don't. All of us, at least the moderators that I'm talking about, I see it in other creators as well. Share all of the things that we notice and learn, so that we can help everybody. The more of all of that goes on, the more we share together here and everywhere else, the more we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos, myself included. First American moderator. I have to be honest with you, that likely would have been Vern, but I have to think about that, because I had a couple of moderators on the channel before I even started streaming, because Tuber Chat, if I remember right, I started in February the account, and then was going into other people's live streams and premieres to build up the subscribers, start connecting with people like this before ever live streaming. And the story behind our 6-year anniversary, which comes up at the end of April, was I was promising everybody that I would finally start streaming at the end of April, and I wasn't quite ready. So what I did is I did a live stream on April 30th of that year, so that I could fulfill my promise, but I called it episode 0 so that we could say we're starting in the 1st of May. But yeah, there was a few moderators on the channel already who'd been with me for a couple of years, because I was on YouTube for a year before I even started. I did my personal channel a year after I was running other channels on YouTube, and then Tuber Chat came along as a thought, if I remember the timeline right, you know what I mean. But one of the first, certainly one of the most supportive, not just to me. And yeah, Michael's Adventures. It's so long ago, I'd have to go back and look. But Vern was there, because Michael came to me from Vern's channel, he said. And I remember that. She has been a dear friend, and an integral part of this channel, as a matter of fact. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Hunting and Stuff with J&J just came in. And then... when we look at Just Jason Keto, we see a creator that's going to help us with healthy eating and healthy living, talking about a proper human diet in the theme of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And this creator features lots of recipes and lots of product reviews on their channel. Things we might find in grocery stores or health food stores, things with like no sugar added, and dare I use the word organic at times, right? We really have to understand the ingredients, and he helps us with that kind of thing so we can understand how they're truly going to affect us. He's done tons of recipes on the channel, literally at least 100 chaffle recipes alone. He gets involved in challenges and collaborations with other creators. He's done traditional unboxings as well, either a GoPro or a gimbal or different YouTube equipment. And then he's got always thinking about ideas for the audience to keep the content fresh on the channel. So over the holidays, he did a different kind of series. He's been doing a few live streams up until last week that were of a different style. We'll see in a moment. Lots of recipes that feature only a few ingredients and are literally simple, easy to make, and don't take very long either for anybody at all, but perfect for somebody like me who doesn't actually enjoy the time in the kitchen. I wish I did. I really do. And I could get into it like for 1 or 2 days of the year, but I typically don't. And so things like this are much more suited to somebody like myself, but suitable for anybody, really. And then he'll show us how to get more value out of some of the things we will find in stores and things like that. And he's got lots of guests on the channel as well, and they join him both in videos and in live streams. Over here we see some of the most recent shorts videos are some of the best performing. The barbecue, his Weber grill, does really well for him, so he revisits that every year. Healthy looking grilling shorts seem to have a bit of a story behind them as well. And one of these I've seen. This one has 23,000 views. I promise you that one's entertaining. And again, it's a traditional short, so it's only 15 seconds long if I remember right. Live streams every Thursday, 7:30 Eastern. Sometimes it's Jason himself. Sometimes he's doing something a little bit different. Sometimes he's got a guest. Sometimes he introduces us to a few different fellow YouTubers. And sometimes he does a cook-along live stream. So you'll recognize some of the people that joined Just Jason Keto. We did a live stream together. It was just like an impromptu kind of thing while I was driving one day. But one of these days we expect to get together and do an in-person live stream. We could, anybody could always do a StreamYard panel. That's a good idea also. But since we only live a couple of hours away together, perhaps even the next time we plan a meetup, we will find a place to get together and do a talk, because I personally am still a fan, and probably always will be, of time in a room with somebody, right? FaceTime and Zoom and StreamYard and things like that, I would consider the next best thing. But there's nothing like being in a room with somebody, I think. So we'll try to do that. And then we've been thinking about that for a long time. And, it's just one of my biggest regrets in life is going to be always thinking, well, there's always tomorrow. We can always do it next time, until one of these days, tomorrow comes pretty quickly. Ghost Tech Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to. Tim Mitchell swept in there and gifted a handful of memberships again. He's done that 100 times also. I'm going to be eternally grateful for all that he's done, but he just gifted 5 memberships, so I know all the recipients will be happy to have those. Blonde Traveling Gypsy, if they're still here, I'm going to put on the wheel. Izzy Pop, if they're still here, I'm going to put on the wheel. Members and moderators get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I'm overdue, actually, for adding a name to the wheel from our chat list. I'm going to do it right this second. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Fuzzy Adventures 1990 is going to be added to the wheel, and after a little while I'll add another name. Again, we always make sure that we add names to the wheel from our chat list. Over the course of the stream, we'll get to as many channels as we can in the next hour and a half or so. Canadian Family Life from New Brunswick is also in the house. And Tim Mitchell, I mentioned the idea earlier that they produce videos for a couple of different channels. Thank you, Life Between Worlds channel. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. We will be on Friday, same time. Tim Mitchell is bringing us a channel of his own, although his focus is Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. We'll look at that next, and then they've got a third channel I'll show you. Mac Movement, I hope I said hello. I think you've been here for quite some time today. I get the feeling that I've missed saying hello to a handful of channels. I don't mean to do that. Tim Mitchell brings us outdoor content and a little bit of dash cam footage. We see that more in the shorts videos here, where this creator has gotten now into 1,500, 16, even 1,900 views. He was live likely today, yeah, see 3 hours ago. So I used to catch quite a few of these many months ago. But Tim Mitchell is doing these in the day. I believe he's in Seattle, right? So if he has a late day and I have an early day, then we're able to catch each other, because I'm always working at the time he's streaming. But if I can get home early, sometimes I catch him. He might do a pop-up, him or Chef CV. We're going to look at her channel in a quick second here. But he typically takes us on the road and does a great job of keeping up with the chat while he's doing that as well. So let's look at Chef CV. And this is Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Forgive me, I did that again. I didn't mean to mute the mic again. Drive to Mount Rainier, to Seattle, and then back up the mountain, if I'm getting that right. Forgive me. So thank you, everyone, by the way. Sometimes I do that. There's always a 30-second delay between what happens in the live stream and what happens on your screen. So by the time you tell me it's muted, that's why it takes me almost a minute to figure it out and get it back on. I've got a nice big red light that goes on when the mic's not, when the mic is muted. But if I'm not looking at it, which I never am, then I don't notice. Mod6510 Models, good to see you in the house. That's another creator, actually, we're going to hear from them soon, that joined me for that series. He actually inspired the series of videos where we talk about how to get 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. He's far beyond me, far beyond that now. And then, yeah, I just did that. Sometimes when I play those clips, I mute the mic for a second if I need to, and then just put it back on. But like I said, I make as many mistakes as anybody. So, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. This is another channel from the producer, Tim Mitchell. Now, Chef Cv's the star of the show here, and she's going to help us navigate the kitchen. She will help us understand how to make interesting meals, dishes, and different combinations. And you'll notice in a lot of the videos here, the thumbnails, glorious colorful wheel, and it's featured in the banner as well. That's the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. Some of the videos on the channel are cut from the live streams, and these feature that Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, where the audience is able to contribute ingredients, and as you can imagine, when Chef Stevie spins the wheel, she's going to be all but forced to make the combination that she's presented with, and it makes for some really interesting combinations, we can say for sure. And forgive me, I know I made a mistake in the last live stream too, because I thought that their next cook-along collaboration was going to happen on Sunday. No, I was mistaken. It's this coming Sunday. So what they've been doing recently is getting together with a couple of other channels, Butler Family Farm and Devil Dog, and they are making sugar-free desserts. They're actually things I wouldn't have guessed. I would have lost money if I bet, by guessing that these things could be made sugar-free. They've done key lime pie, they've done cheesecake, they've done pecan pie, and now they're going to do molten lava cake on Sunday. So that'll be interesting to see. We get to see 3 different ways that can be done sugar-free. And then Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official otherwise is usually live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we have the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. So hopefully everybody will connect with Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official. We see that they've got some shorts on the channel. These continue to grow, 1,300, 1,500, 2,600 views. And then they've got one more channel for us to look at. Oh, why do I never remember this? I try to remember the handle. I say it every stream now, and I still can't remember what the handle is. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel is a complimentary channel featuring Chef Stevie again. Tim Mitchell's always in the background. They got a multi-cam setup, by the way, for their live streams where they do like 4 cameras at a time. Off-topic squirrel. Why can I not remember this? Off-topic squirrel. I gotta try to remember. The unofficial official off-topic squirrel. They've got a series of videos they've started here. We'll see if that's going to continue as a series. They've got a bit of variety where Chef Stevie might bring us into the kitchen, but it's usually other outdoor adventures or stories to be told. Shorts on this channel have gotten also into 1,200 and 1,500 views, which is great to see. And live streams are on this channel on the last Saturday of every month, where they expect to play Cards Against Humanity. And they've been doing this for quite some time now, and I've played that game in real life as well. But I listened in. I was driving the last time they were live, and my dear goodness, some of the answers that come in from the audience is very interesting and over the top for sure. And then Fairbrick Studio, forgive me, I must have missed you earlier in the chat, but thank you for being here. Fairbrick Studio, I think, is posting every day, and they do a ton of sharing for other people. They're always promoting other channels. I'm always happy to see that. I try to remember to mention it. And then, yes, try to think of the last 3 words. I don't know why I can't get that. Off-topic squirrel. I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to say it out loud. The handle for the unofficial official off-topic squirrel is off-topic squirrel. Literally, I think that trick works. You know, when you meet somebody and you say their name out loud 3 times and then you remember it. Most people will say, oh, I'm terrible with names. I'll forget your name in a few minutes, right? But I decided when I was very young, I was going to do the opposite. And I just go around saying that I'm great with names. Now I am actually great with names, in my opinion. Sometimes I make notes and things like that on my phone if I need to. But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know, if you lie to yourself enough over many years, you'll eventually believe it. And I think I'm better than average when it comes to remembering people's names. But it takes a bit of practice. I think I've gotten better. And then we're going to look at a brand new channel in a second here. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Have fun in nature, about an hour away from Alberta. I'm hoping that sometime after the summer I might be able to start crossing the border. I'm not going to have any vacation time. I took a new job last year. My year is up next month. Yeah, actually in May. I'll finally have some vacation time. But I am afraid of the sun and heat. So I tend to save the ideas for September. We'll see. We'll see about that. And then I'd love to the chance to be able to get to any kind of meetups. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada, so obviously over closer to New York State, almost Pennsylvania, and this and that. Van Lot is another channel that is brand new here, so I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. This creator became a gold member today, for which I'm grateful, and it's absolutely unnecessary, super chats and memberships here, but I do appreciate them, of course. We put those channels on the screen when those things happen. Membership gifting and super chats like Driving Daily is doing right now. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. And then he's done that a million times before. We're going to look at his channel as soon as we get back from another break. We're going to hear from Moz6510 models in a second. I'm going to try to speed things up. When we look at Van Lotto, this creator, will be seeing this channel after today every day in the streams and the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. And their link will be dropped by Nightbot, as you see for a few channels here. So Van Lot, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your latest gumball dispenser video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And hopefully have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days or so, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then, yes, have fun in nature. I love Niagara Falls. I don't get tired of it. I grew up in Toronto, of course, but 10 years ago I came here with Kristen Welton, and I never get tired of the falls, ever. I'm still, like, just as amazed as ever being over there. Sometimes when I'm driving home, if it's at night and I know there's nobody, like, on the roads and stuff, I'll drive by the falls on my way home and take that extra minute just to look at it again for the 1,000th time. And then Van Lot. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. I see you're doing quite a few live streams and a lot of work in the workshop, looking like you're getting some family involved, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll look forward to learning about that. They got quite a bit of information on their about section. It looks like they might bring us some spiritual inspiration as well. So let's go for a quick break. Right before we do, I'm going to play another clip from that interview series. We're going to hear from Driving Daily as soon as we get back. But I want to show you a clip from the creator that inspired this series. Moz6510 Models comes from the UK, and he talks about how to get 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channels.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube. Totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in the weekend and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap.
There you go.
You know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here, and you've doubled that number. You're still growing now. So
it's very slow growth, because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back, and now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back, but I needed the break. I really did. You know, and I think YouTube have cottoned onto this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep.
Definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is and also it's good, it's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. a Palazzo place just walked in as well. That's Jen Palazzo. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And by the way, I know Have Fun in Nature is talking about Niagara Falls, but I'm always up for meetups. Jason and I and a few other creators have gotten together several times, but Kristen and I, like, we're literally just, I don't know, if I forget if it's 15 minutes from parking lot to get to the falls. So that's why we're there so often. But I'm always up for a meetup. Doesn't have to be in Niagara Falls, Toronto, and this and that. We've gotten together. And Jason's always up for that kind of thing as well. We'll get a few creators together. The Stock Explorer is still in the house. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes is also here. I've got them on the wheel. And then when we look at Driving Daily, this is a creator that's doing some more gig work. They do some door dashing, and interestingly, they live stream all the time. So I mention this frequently, but whenever anybody could do something where they're basically double dipping, I love that idea. A lot of people would call it leverage, right? Where you're going out, let's just say you're door dashing, but live streaming at the same time. So you're getting paid for the work you're doing, right? Gig work is a little bit different than hourly wages in a traditional job and stuff like that. But lots of creators are able to make their own schedule, drive when it's convenient for them, work things around family and other obligations, which I think is really, really cool. And then being able to stream at the same time and either pull in, who knows, super chats, memberships, some ad money and everything else. That's fantastic. So Driving Daily's been doing this for a long time, and they're actually live right this second. So anybody that can watch more than one thing at a time, by all means, head over there, give them some support right now. They dropped a super chat, and I certainly do appreciate it. They've done that a million times before. And then Scrow's Nest is in the house. We talked about them earlier. This is a creator who's working on monetization right now. It's going to be a little while, but their tenacity and perseverance will likely see them with monetization before we know it. But they're a longtime friend. One of my favorite lines on a YouTube banner, a tagline for the channel, spending their children's inheritance one cruise at a time. I just ran pretty much their whole channel, pretty close to it. What they do is they show us travel-based videos from a certain perspective, right, on a mobility scooter. So it's kind of interesting to see all the different things we have to think about for accessibility. Half Living, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being Hotaflex Living. Good to see you here. I was just gonna say, forgive me if I'm wrong, that you might be here for the first time. No, Hotaflex Living has been with us for years. So the handles trip me up a little bit. I had to go look in the background. When we look at Driving Daily, forgive me, I'm butchering his description right now, but this creator brings us to some interesting places when he thinks about travel. So he's got something different here in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm just going to put this video into my catch-up list to see what he's done here. This creator has a lot of interesting subjects to talk about outside of the gig work that they're doing. They like to explore different places, bring us some history, and they're an auto enthusiast as well. They've got a collection of cars. I think they said they work on them themselves too. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 11,000, 18,000, 36,000 views, and then live streams on the channel. And like I said, they're live right now, so they're literally door dashing with expensive gas. I wonder how that's affecting all of the drivers that are doing that kind of thing between Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and Skip the Dishes and Uber Eats and every other thing. It's got to be, I hope the companies are doing something to take care of that. And then Driving Daily is live streaming all the time. So literally, I think daily, pretty close to it. Now, the conversation can go anywhere once they get started, and you can see they're on for hours. Look at these, 10 hours, 11 hours. Look, they're chopping their live streams right under 12 hours, which is perfect because they get to keep all of their watch hours then, right? And then they've got another channel called Real Thoughts Project. I think they said they might even consider another channel, but I might be mistaken. Real Thoughts Project, and this is where they can just deeply get into conversations. I think it starts with things they just want to talk about, and then of course, like any other channel, particularly live streams, but the audience will always contribute and drive some of the conversation. So I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. I've caught lots from this creator, a truly dynamic creator. So I say it all the time, but this is an example of a dynamic creator. And then they've done some live streaming over here as well. Doing well on this channel also, so hopefully everybody will go subscribe to them on both. And don't do gig work and it's affecting you, says Holla. Yeah, I have not done gig work the way that we talk about it right now that I can think of off the top of my head. But I've been self-employed most of my life. I took a real job again, like a real job, we like to say, right? That's how we joke about it. But about a year ago, so I do like a traditional 9 to 5. I work for a huge company and this and that. But over the course of my entire adult life, I've always done extra work, right? And it's not that I'm a workaholic, you know, but it's that I love most of what I have been able to do over a lifetime. I used to do a lot of graphic design and was or am a trade printer, so a lot of flyers and posters and business cards and all that fun stuff for everybody. And I've worked in different places and done many different things. Computer programming, I put some apps on the App Store and all that different stuff. So I intend to keep that up on the side of what I'm always doing, but any of that can be helpful. If you think about it, I like to say this from time to time. When I started on YouTube 9 years ago, I actually started by running somebody else's channel. And for many years, for about 9 years, half of my full-time gig was doing either YouTube or other online work. And you think about how much money that must have been to be making half a week's pay to do that kind of stuff. Some eBay, some Amazon, lots of social media, and the YouTube channels as well, more than one. It gives you an idea of some of the money that's available out there. If that's something that you're working towards or you need or you want to trade favors and things like that, you can get paid to do a lot of the things we have to do for YouTube. Video editing is obvious, but some of the other things might not be, like doing the SEO, doing the titles, the tags, working with AI now for people is becoming a big thing. Thumbnails, graphics, banners, even managing people's YouTube channels. That's how I started. So it's just an idea. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, forgive me, I don't know what I would think I should know by now, but I don't already know what job that is. Yeah, that your husband has been doing. And then when we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, we talk about it here often. So Van Lod is here for the very first time today, and I haven't really got into the depth of the conversation yet. But it's a simple arrangement where you're agreeing to run a playlist for another creator. They're agreeing to run a playlist for you. You can imagine by getting somebody to run an entire playlist of your videos, your watch hours are going to grow, right, pretty rapidly. But the reason why I push it so much, I don't interfere, I don't get involved. I do swap playlists with people because it's still a benefit to monetize channels. When somebody runs your playlist, they're running every video from beginning to end, and that can bump up the averages on your whole channel. But the real reason why is because friendships come from trading favors a lot of the time, and that's what we're trying to do here, is like fuse friendships between creators, because your friends are going to be there to watch most of what you come up with in the years to come, which means your watch hours are going to grow exponentially as you have more and more friends who truly care about your channel, who truly care about your success. Of course, all this stuff comes from making the first move, having a sense of generosity that makes you want to do more for others than you expect in return from them. But I promise you, if you can be okay with that, we know it's not fair. Life's not fair. But if you can be okay with those things, you will find yourself with so much support coming from other people. It will be overwhelming. I wouldn't be able to describe to everybody today how many views I get, how many comments I get, how many kind things are said, both about this channel and myself personally, because I have done as much as I can for other people for many years before Tuber Chat even started. Right? I was amazed. That's what inspired this channel, that there's so many people out there willing to do for each other, if that makes sense. It makes sense. Just a simple arrangement. You can make the arrangement here, or grab somebody's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever you like to conversate, Telegram and WhatsApp and all the other million things we have now. And then you just have a conversation. But it starts with a friendly hello here. Get a conversation going with somebody, they're paying attention, and then you can make the arrangement and swap contacts and things like that. Don't do phone numbers, or I wouldn't even do emails in a chat unless you have to, but most people are on either Instagram or Facebook or somewhere. And yes, the cruise tubers, absolutely give to receive, but I promise you, I believe wholeheartedly in that golden rule, although it's not a religious thing for me. That's not why I say that. I just believe that it's true. If you give, if you do what you can, if you're a helpful friend to people, you will get so much back that you won't even be able to keep track of it all. You can imagine in the Tuber Chat channel, I wouldn't be able to reply to every comment even if I wanted to. So these are the kind of things that can happen for everybody when you're out there doing that. And it doesn't have to be fair. I already said it's not fair. Life's not fair. But what I really mean is not everybody can do the same amount for each other. Different people are able to be on YouTube more hours than other people, more times than other people, things like that. As long as every single person is doing as much as they possibly can, we all have different things we have to do that interfere with YouTube and everything else. We want to look at it that way. But as long as we're all doing as much as we can, everybody will be just fine. I promise you. We see channels growing faster than ever. We see people getting monetized faster than ever. When I ran my very first channel 9 years ago is when it started. April 1st of that year was the year that I had started on YouTube, if I remember right. And it took us 6 months to get the first 100 subscribers. And the owner of the channel had to sit on the phone and all but beg for 20 minutes or half an hour to a friend of 20 years. Would you please just hit the subscribe button so I can have my 100, please? And literally, that's what it was like back then. So we've come a long way. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I'm just saying it's easier, especially with a community like this. And I appreciate the kind things everybody says, but I can't say enough about our moderators. I wouldn't be able to do this. I don't know where we'd be if it wasn't for the moderators that we have, and how much they care and how much they do for everybody. Even this past week, Scrow's Nest is going through something with their YouTube channel right now. I'd sent a message out there, and the message, we all know messages can get lost and this and that, but they reached out to Pete, Pete reached out to me. If it wasn't for all of our friendships and how much we know everybody does for everybody, we may not have been able to get that. We just want to make sure our friends are okay, and that kind of thing, if that makes any sense the way I'm putting it. So it's just an idea. And then the Cruise Tubers working on a milestone right now. The video I shared the other day. See, sometimes I share videos that I haven't watched, right? When I share, what I do my community posts in advance, by the way. So what I do is I have a system that I keep. It's not just moderators. It's not just members, not just super chatters. I spread the love between everybody. But I have a system for all the statistics I keep to know who's been here and how much they're here and all that stuff. And then what I do is I share pretty much every 2 hours. So when we have a live stream, I put that out. But otherwise, it gets split pretty evenly. And then when I'm going through somebody's channel, I just look at their channel, try to remember what I might have shared before, Sometimes I share the most popular video on the channel. Sometimes I share the newest one, or the newest one that's like longer than 3 minutes, let's just say. Sometimes a live stream replay. And sometimes, most often, what I'm looking for is videos at around 1,000 views. So let's say somebody's got 100 videos on their channel and 10 of them have got over 1,000 views. I may not take the most popular one. I take the one that just got 1,000. The reason why is because, again, the more we do for each other, the more everybody's going to, benefit, let's just say, and everybody will be fine. What I'm trying to do is grab videos that are already moving and give them a little kick. And even though it's tiny amounts, if we're all doing those kinds of things, we can take videos that are already moving and make them move faster. The top 10 videos on your channel, no matter how many you have, are already doing fine. It ain't broke, don't fix it, is basically the idea that I would have. When it comes to sharing, yes, you can benefit by sharing your most popular videos. I do that for myself. I do it for other people as well. But I'm always kind of thinking about what are the things that can benefit us. If you try to push a video that's not moving, it's really hard to get it moving. But if you take a video that's already moving a bit and get it to move a bit faster, that's probably the easiest play in my opinion. So having the most impact for the little things we're doing, because most people will figure, I usually share a video for somebody once a month or once every 3 weeks. You imagine, we've got thousands of subscribers now. I wouldn't be able to do 6,000 posts in a month even if I wanted to, but for the 12 a day that I do or whatever, it still manages to get us through hundreds of videos shared. But I don't always watch the ones that I share. Sharing is done in a different system than the way that I watch videos, and there's no rhyme or reason, that's consistent between them, if that makes any sense. And then, yes, the cruise tuber. So he's doing fine with watch hours, and his watch hours will be just fine. As far as I can see, he reached out and I asked what was going on. He kind of reached out and let me know. So it looks like it'll be fine, but I ran his channel for him anyway. And forgive me, I'm just going to show you this again because I know not everybody's here at the beginning of the stream. I've been working on something with AI. I'm trying to work on AI agents and do something actually productive with this stuff. So one of the things I've done, I started an experiment and I'm running playlists. So I started with Scrow's Nest. I did the experiment on my own channel just to see if it was going to work. But when I hit a playlist, you see what's happening here. So there's 99 videos in the playlist, and it says the top 99 longest videos, excluding shorts and active streams. So I got an AI system, Claude Cowork, to put this together for me, right? And it basically, what this allows is you're running the 99 longest videos for somebody, and the system actually tells us how long it's going to take to do that. So for Scrow's Nest, it took 12 hours, right? 11 hours, 51 minutes to run all of his videos, starting with the 23-minute ones, going down to the 20-minute ones, going down to the 15-minute ones. Most of his videos are 10 minutes or 5 minutes or somewhere in between, right? Travel-based. And then I'm doing the same, which I'm just about to start. I've already been running playlists for Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, but they have tons of videos and tons of live streams that go on for hours. So the problem with running playlists when you do it the way that I do it, and I don't expect everybody to have to do this, right? I got a computer with extra windows. I got tablets and phones over years and stuff that I could do this with. When I run a playlist over 100 videos, it seems to stop. And everything I've tried, I can't get it to keep going, right? Whether it's a Chrome extension or something else. So my idea is to run the longest 99 videos that I can for somebody, and that gives the greatest benefit based on what I'm trying to do. So I've got an AI agent kind of thing working on that. So I wanted to show everybody that because, I'm actively working on that stuff, trying to find productive things that will eventually help us. I haven't got one that's running 100% unattended. I don't know if that's actually possible in a really productive way, but I want to try to get to 99% going, and I'll share with everybody my discoveries as it continues. So, when we look at Blonde Traveling Gypsy, we see another channel. I didn't realize we hadn't had this channel on the screen yet. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'm going to take the latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Blonde Traveling Gypsy runs playlists all night, which is great to know. Playlists are really easy to make. You could do it from your front page. You could do it on the phone. You could do it on YouTube Studio, both on the phone and the computer. It actually is easy if you just have a look for a second. Click the 3 dots beside any video, and you get the option usually to make a playlist. D-Lo Flo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Matt and Mouse is up here, a couple fellow Canadians. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I got an experiment going for the copyright-free music channel as well. I probably shouldn't say anything until it's ready, but I'm hoping to have it ready for the next live stream. If not, I'll be able to work on it on the weekend, and it will be absolutely amazing. Matt and Mouse is up on the screen right now, and these are fellow Canadians again. They actually take their YouTube journey pretty seriously. They've got a website set up and everything else, and you can check that out, obviously, mattandmouse.com. These creators were introduced to us from Just Jason Keto in a StreamYard panel that he did, bringing some of his most supportive YouTube friends to introduce to everybody, and they've been with us for just about every stream since, for which I'm grateful, and that's been long over a year now. Matt and Mouse have a really interesting channel. I was taken away with this myself, but that's because I'm really interested in things like tiny homes, cabins. I don't do any like camping. I don't do anything off grid. I know it's not camping, but I'm just saying, you know, I don't do a lot of this stuff. I have in the past. My family had some cottages when I was younger. I was a Boy Scout. I did my share of camping. My parents had a trailer. We would go to on the weekends and stuff like that. But I'm fascinated by tiny homes, that whole movement, and these cabins where people are literally taking these and making them off grid. And they've done a really good job. They've got a cabin that's 149 square feet. They show us all the ins and outs of all the different things. I almost fell off my chair laughing. I just watched this video the other day, and he goes, I got to drill another hole through the cabin. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was the funniest thing, because you know that somebody's got to be shaking their head. You go to all this trouble to build something so beautiful, sturdy, strong, and everything else, and you got to keep drilling holes in it for every single thing you're going to do. But that just had to do with the ventilation, because you got to think about heating. They got a wood stove in there. They got other heaters. And we go, you know, you always have to have fresh air. But it's interesting, all the ins and outs of this. They show us the things they have to think about, distance from the water, Wi-Fi signals, and they're doing kind of product reviews, if I understand right, as well. They have a wonderful back and forth between them. They do a really thorough job. They've got bloopers in their videos as well. And shorts over here have done 1,600, 1,700 views, and then they've got live streams on the channel as well, and they've got one coming up actually on the 11th, so they don't do these often, so pardon me while I set Siri for a reminder here. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, I tried to get Siri to do what I wanted, but because I have the speakers going and it could hear my voice, it was getting confused. So April 11th at 6 p.m. I just want to try to catch that. I think that's Saturday. Is it Saturday night? And then the Stock Explorer is coming up right now from Florida. This is another beloved and dedicated moderator. And Nora is another one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 9 years on YouTube. When we look at what the Stock Explorer is doing on their channel, they're bringing a lot of variety lately. But they've been at this for many years. They've been with us for about 5.5 years, if you can believe that. The reason why I keep mentioning this, by the way, is just so that everybody knows. I know some people are brand new. Some people have only been here for a couple of weeks or months or days or, even a year and this and that. But it is absolutely true that we have friends now, and I'm not talking about subscribers, but true friends between all of us who have been together for years. You know how encouraging it must be, I'm hoping, to hear that there are literally people you'll be meeting today that will be supporting your YouTube channel years into the future. I'm hoping it's as inspiring and motivating as I think it must be. But it's absolutely true, and the Stock Explorer is one of these creators. I'm very lucky to have individual friendships with these creators. We're all friends together, but interesting conversations. Everybody truly cares about each other. If somebody's not around for a week or two, we're all looking for each other, checking in and things like that. And we share even more than what goes on YouTube, to build these friendships. The Stock Explorer has tons of variety on their channel, but they started by talking about the stock market. A little bit of crypto. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. And then this creator as well is going to be very forthcoming about their own stock plays and investment ideas. They share a bit of what we call alpha on their post page, as a matter of fact. If we dig through this, I'll give you a sneak peek at some of their members-only content here. But they share some of the trades they're considering, talking about options more than anything else. And then they do a lot of sharing for other channels, as you can see. So the Stock Explorer mixes up variety on their channel. They could be doing product reviews. They might be giving us a chance to get to know the creator, or bringing us lottery ticket scratching. They do that in a few different ways. They got a series here called Scratching with Strangers, where they literally meet people for the first time and scratch lottery tickets as they get to know them. They've got some shorts on the channel that feature even more variety. There's anything from fitness to Wawa coffee to product reviews, a chance to get to know Nora, and then a couple of shorts here that have gotten into 4,900 views and 18,000. This one still gets views. We've seen that keep climbing. Live streams on the channel. So this could be fitness. It could be a chance to get to know Nora. It could be StreamYard panels. I've been on Nora's channel. They could be talking about stocks. They could be talking about just about anything. Or lottery ticket scratch battling. This is something I talked about for a brief second earlier. And those can be very exciting. They have a lot of friends that come on and scratch lottery tickets together. So that's really cool. Hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. They've got a second channel as well called Tropical Buzz, and what they seek to do here is educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. They got a few videos and shorts to get the channel started, and a solid 307 subscribers right now, so we'd love to push them towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. Just a Cat, I might not have said hello, but I've got you on the wheel. Vintage Style by Joe is back on there. Tracy's Local Learnings is back on there. I often clear out the wheel. I take names away if we haven't seen them for about 20 minutes or half an hour, but members and moderators will always be re-added as soon as I see them in the chat. I did get Fuzzy Adventures on there earlier, and Sarah Prestwood's been added. Michael's Adventures is another beloved and dedicated moderator, and this creator we're going to look at right now. He's actually got a premiere coming up at 8 o'clock, another 50 minutes from now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, and then thank you, Just a Cat. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I will pull the name off the wheel. Yeah, nobody needs to be obligated for anything here at all. I just, it's all in fun. I can give you sometimes live, in-person view of how somebody is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter when I show you my much love and aloha hat that the green screen doesn't seem to enjoy very much, but that's a beautiful embroidered cap, one of two that Mark the Shark sent over. That creator's in the chat right now, so thank you for coming in. They've been a friend of ours for many years also. Nopers Plays, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I caught them for a stream yesterday. Always a pleasure. Yeah, I always share on Reddit, and I actually will I'll show you right now why I share on Reddit. Let me get I gotta get a Firefox window over here because I do it on Firefox. And let's get, oh, pardon me, I'm clicking everything everywhere and losing my windows. Let's see what we got on, I'll take the URL from Michael here and I'll put it in Firefox. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at the video that he's got coming up today. He's got tons of premieres. He's on every day at 3 p.m. for a traffic watch series, and then 8 p.m. for wildlife. He's got foxes, deer, opossums, raccoons, and other things that visit. So he's got a video coming up tonight. We're going to go and raid this after Tuber Chat. But basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to share it right now. So I'll do this very quickly. You have to be logged into Reddit for this. And all you do is I'm going to give him his thumbs up. I'm just going to hit the share button. I'm going to hit Reddit. I'm already logged in. We have a subreddit called Tuber Chat. So you'll have to add that. If you don't know how, you can reach out to me. I'll talk about it. Adding the subreddit Tuber Chat, that makes sure your video goes into our area, even though it can be searched and recommended everywhere. And then I'm going to put a flag on it to say that it is a video instead of a live stream or a channel. And then I'm just going to hit post, and that's it. It's done. And so simply, there it comes, along with our live stream, along with other live streams and videos for people that I was probably sharing out last night while I was on. It's really that simple. That's the reason that I do it. And it's as fast and easy as Twitter. And Reddit is one of the most popular websites on the internet. For anybody using ChatGPT or any of the AI systems, you'll notice it actually looks to Reddit for some of its information. And many creators have told me that they've gotten a tiny sliver of extra traffic just because of those shares. A couple of years ago, I was in the top 9% of people on the planet for sharing on Reddit, because I do it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, of course. But that's the reason, and I know search discovery is good over there as well. So Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator. We talked about a bit of his content already. He's got shorts over here as well. He could do some bird watching. He might do a walk and talk video where he gives us a story to be told and shows us around an area that he's visiting or somewhere around his home. And then shorts on the channel as well. A little lottery ticket scratching there, some more outdoor content, a slot game that he's played on a phone or a tablet, and Michael's adventures. Hopefully everybody will connect with. We'll get a better chance to look at his channel in about 45 minutes when we go over there for a raid, and all of our moderators allow everybody to connect the same way we do here in Tuber Chat in any of their premieres or live streams. So we'll look forward to that. Hopefully everybody will come over. We're going to look at It's Me Alec right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Phil's Creepy Videos is here. He's another fellow Canadian, only a couple hours away from me. You know where I was today, Phil? I was in... forgive me for not remembering if it... I was at a place called Pizzeria Bros, and I think it's in the city where you are. And I could be mistaken. It's literally called Pizzeria Bros. Anyway, the thought is just at some point, some of us will probably do another meetup. So hopefully we'll reach out and see if you're up for meetups and things like that, because just Jason Keto and I, along with a few other creators, Kristen Walton, my love, of course, and a few others, have gotten together several times. Phil's Creepy Videos has been a friend for years. So hopefully everybody will connect with him also. It's good to see you in the chat. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And then It's Me Alec is an enthusiastic creator, and they might be doing some clickbait there. It's Me Alec has a multitude of channels. I've lost track of how many channels it is, because it's like a dozen of them. And he always has at least one membership here. It's never, nobody needs to have a membership or drop super chats or anything here. They are absolutely unnecessary. Everybody has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen. And I promise you, it's the least important part of what we're doing. We think that when our channel's on the screen, 10 or 15 people are going to go over there and subscribe, but that doesn't happen here. Specifically here, it doesn't happen. This is probably the place you go where it happens the least, because we're so focused on the quality of connection. I wouldn't be shocked to know somebody gets 1 or 2 subscribers while their channel is on the screen. It comes down to the conversation everybody's having in the chat. And I'm just doing this so that we have something to do and talk about for 3 hours while we're here. But It's Me Alec is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And this creator's got a couple of channels. Typically what they do here is live streaming. They put out videos, but the live streaming is really where the magic happens here. And they got all kinds of different subjects that they're talking about, and they multi-stream on different channels sometimes as well. It's Me Alec's got shorts here, 1,200, 1,300 views. If I just look for It's Me Alec, they should come up with their main channel here. Here it is. 209 subscribers right now, but these are all of their different channels, or some of them. They've got more than this. But they just, they're kind of playing around, mixing up the content all over the place here. I don't necessarily recommend anybody start more than one channel. If you have more than one, I'd love to know about it, but I don't recommend it because it takes serious thought and consideration. In my opinion, you have to be absolutely sure you want to do that. I promise you, it is more than double the work to look after 2 channels. Let's just say 1,400, 1,500 views on shorts over here, and then more live streams. You see what I mean? He's got this live stream set up to be simulcast between 2 different channels. So interesting to see. One of these days, Jen Palazzo in South Florida. Yeah, that's a long way. I was joking with somebody about that. Actually, Kristen and I had a couple people over for Thanksgiving, I say Thanksgiving, Easter dinner. And we were talking about the snowbird lifestyle, right? Because we're in Canada. My grandparents did it. And what they did is they lived in a cottage about 3 hours north of Toronto, where the summers are really hot, on a beautiful lake, surrounded by forestry. My grandfather taught me to chop wood. We used to go fishing. And, it was faster to go to town by the lake in a fishing boat than it was to drive all the way around and things like that. And they lived in Florida, in a retirement community, as a lot of people do during the winters. So I talked to Kristen about the idea of that kind of a lifestyle. It's, beyond 10 years away for us, but maybe someday, right? And we were talking about the drive. Far as I know, it's 24 hours if somebody was to drive right from, let's say, Toronto or Niagara Falls all the way to anywhere in Florida that you were going to go. And I used to have family there. My grandparents were in Daytona, so I have been to Daytona Beach. I have had more than my fill of salt water that they had to warn me about. I was too young to barely remember, but I had family in Tampa as well, and that family has moved to Atlanta now. But I've been to Tampa once since then. Fuzzy Adventures and More is up on the screen. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And Phil's Creepy Videos, thank you for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. He's done that many times before. We'll put his channel up on the screen next. We always look at super chatters and membership gifters as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. We've got plenty of time today. I've been keeping my speeches under control apparently. So we've got well over half an hour, plenty of time to look at plenty of channels. Before we go to Michael's Adventures premiere, he'll be on for half an hour and we can continue connecting over there. And then I think Keeping Up with the Stardashians was going to be on at 8:30. Am I right about that? So that'll be interesting to see, and they'll let us connect as well. They're doing karaoke tonight. Fuzzy Adventures and More is up on the screen. This creator's got a couple of channels as well, but they mix up the content here. I almost consider it homesteading. Not really. It's just a mix of indoor and outdoor content. A lot of variety. Sometimes they take us shopping. Often they bring us outdoors. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. It's a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. One of our friends, Ghostly Winds, named that a while back. 1,500 views on one of these shorts, which is great to see. And then I'm just going to grab the name of their other channel. They've changed it a couple of times. New Times and New Beginnings is the second channel from this creator, but they've been with us for what I think is a couple years by now as well. Working on 1,700 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit closer towards that milestone, bringing us all 4 seasons in content, including the outdoor adventures that I was mentioning. When we look at shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 2,000, 2,500, and then live streams over here as well. They promised to bring more live streams. They've done several as an experiment. D-Lo Flow is still in the house. Thank you for being here. And then I know I have heard Atlanta can have some serious traffic. Now, I forget the timeline. My memory is not what it once was. And I kept confusing a story where I thought I'd been back to Florida, but no, I think I actually visited Atlanta when I was 18, would have been 1990, 1991, somewhere around there. I keep forgetting I was born at the end of the year. My birthday is right beside Christmas. So if I say I was 18, but I might have actually been in the 19th year, you know what I'm talking about. Can't remember for the life of me. Father Lawless World TV, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a longtime friend now as well. And then Jody Genealogy is Marketplace Boutique. Good to see you in the house also. Phil's Creepy Videos we're going to look at, and then we're going to take another break and come right back. But like I said, we still got over half an hour, plenty of time. Phil's Creepy Videos, this is another fellow Canadian, I believe only a couple of hours away from me, right? And this creator now is over 3,500 subscribers, which is great to see. A truly dynamic host, and they're going to share all things horror with us. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. And I remember vaguely their set. It's been a while since I've caught them for a live stream. I keep getting these spam messages all day that are distracting me. I keep getting these chats that say, can we chat briefly today? It's like, who answers that when there's no name? You know, and I just keep reporting them. And pardon me, because it's right beside me here. Phil's Creepy Videos has got shorts now into 19,000. Look at this, one of them at 83,000 views, which is great to see. You can tell this is an enthusiastic creator, but look at the collections of things that they've got between the movies, between the figurines, and this is becoming bigger and bigger all the time. Actually, I wonder if Phil's Creepy Videos goes to things like Comic-Con, because the Niagara Falls Comic-Con, I think, is coming on the June 6th and 7th and 8th weekend, if I'm right. I don't know if you go to those kinds of conventions and shows and things like that, but my sister is very much both into horror and into like all things geek. Our whole family is. We have like everything in common when it comes to all the what people might call the geeky stuff and pop culture and things like that. But she's right into horror as well. But look at the set that Phil's Creepy Videos has got between all the collectibles, right? Not to mention a movie buff, of course. How can you not be? When we look at Phil's Creepy Videos, another loyal and dedicated supporter, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And he's been with us for years as well. I think Phil's Creepy Videos might have been with us for like 5 years by now. 4 for sure, maybe 5. I think he's been here just about from the beginning. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. And Phil, thank you again for another super chat. He's done that many times before. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated, of course. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is doing something she's done a million times before. She's dropping another super chat today, but this one is so that we will look at Jody Genealogy's 2 channels. I'll put those up as soon as we get back from another break that we're going to take. Thank you, Hotaflex Living and Nesha Antoinette. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So we're going to hear another clip from our interview series. And this is from our favorite Irish couple. They actually moved to Australia. But we'll see what Danielle and James have to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of like views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was like pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, like skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. Yeah. But how we felt from how we were watching on our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, We didn't like it, but we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like, we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like, what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like, say, like a trending meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Jody genealogy. Right before we went on that break, Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a super chat so that we would look at her channel. I noticed that Kid Wonder came in. You know, Kid Wonder has a couple of channels as well, but that creator has been a friend of mine for probably 7 years, if you can imagine, on YouTube. And I am not exaggerating, because we started streaming on this channel on April 30th of the year we started. Our 6-year anniversary is coming up. Kid Wonder was so supportive to me and to us in the beginning and creation of this channel that he was the first creator selected out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2 of Tuber Chat. And it's still there today. You can go and see all the past live streams are there. But it's interesting, after all these years, Kid Wonder is still making appearances here, still supporting other people. And I will be eternally grateful for his friendship, but he has been allowing people to connect and encouraging the same thing all this time as well. So thank you for coming in. He happens to have been a member for as long as I can remember, almost 4 years of membership on one channel. He's usually got 2, which is unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And Jody Genealogy up on the screen right now. This creator is also known as Marketplace Boutique. She's been with us several years also by now. This second channel is getting close to 2,000 subscribers. My dear goodness. When we look at what she's doing, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She brings us a lot of history on this channel. And I see she's changed up the banner and the avatar here. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. She does a remarkable job of telling stories and bringing a lot of history, and she does a lot of research in the things that she talks about. I watched this video the other day, and she grabs things that people have contributed online for the purpose of sharing information about a lot of the things that could be 100 years old, could be hundreds of years old. So really cool idea. And you'll see that a mix of video, a mix of Jody, a mix of photos and other artifacts mixed into the videos. Shorts on this channel, these have gotten into 14,000 and 32,000 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. And this creator, as you'll see on her other channel, could be outdoors, could be indoors. She's usually outdoors. She brings us on the water. She takes us on the road. She's sometimes given a walk around or sitting by the fire. And this is Marketplace Boutique. She was running this channel for probably a year before she started the second one, if I'm not mistaken. She's got a premiere running right this second, actually, for anybody that can watch more than one thing at a time. A Hobby Lobby video. Taking us shopping again. She's actually done that kind of thing many times. It's me, Alec. We looked at your channels earlier, actually. And then Marketplace Boutique helps us with the ins and outs of buying and selling on platforms like eBay. So she shows us all the ins and outs. She shows us how to buy collections of things and sell them individually. She takes us shopping, as you can see, to different places. And then she gives us a bit of help with our YouTube journey as well. She's done some Canva tutorials for some of the graphics we need, badges, emojis, and things like that. Marketplace Boutique has done a bit of collaborating with other creators as well, and she's got shorts that usually bring pure variety. You saw a bit of this similarly on our other channel, but look at this: 28,000, 35,000, 56,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So she could be, again, by the fire, she could be on the road, she could be on the water, and giving us stories to be told or collaborating with other creators. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. She's long past 3,000 subscribers on this channel, working towards 3,200. She's going to have she's got over a combined 5,000 subscribers, this creator. What I find interesting, I've been in social media from the beginning. I don't pretend to think I know everything. I learn from creators every day. But what I have noticed, I always bring to the conversation here, one of those things is that as hard as I've ever tried to get people to follow 2 things on the same platform, let's say having somewhere around 1,300 friends on Facebook, but also having a page on Facebook of 1,300 followers, only about 30% at the most have ever crossed over. You wonder to yourself, like, if you had 2 YouTube channels, why wouldn't everybody on your first channel follow you on the second one. It just doesn't work that way. It's just part of, I don't know, human nature or social media nature. So it's interesting. So when I see people with multiple things going on, I know the audiences are different, even though some of us are following each other on other platforms. Anybody, again, can connect on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Tracy's Local Learnings is another channel we're seeing for the first time today on the screen. This creator is almost at 2,200 subscribers as well. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I see a Canadian flag there, so my guess is that they're here in Canada. There we go. Yes, they've got a bit of information on their About section. And I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Delo Flow lets us know that Tracy's Local Learnings is connected to them, so thank you for that. I just spun the wheel, so I'm going to put Vintage Style by Joe up on the screen right now, but Cruz Bolero's dropping a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, so we'll make their channel next, and then we'll see what Joe's got going on here. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Vintage Style by Joe. This is a creator that is going to bring us vibrant, colorful, homemade and handmade things. She has done a lot of work with scraps of materials. I wonder if it's the same kind of idea as what I read on a channel. I keep hearing the same thing, rescued fabrics and things like that. And this creator has made all kinds of different things. They get involved in quilting. They've made things like mug rugs and Christmas decorations. The latest thing that I went on about the other day quite a bit, because I think this is something that's beneficial as an idea, just as a concept, to everybody here, because we're all thinking about either computers or tablets or phones, things like that. She literally made a tote specifically for a tablet, and she's got pockets on this that will hold the other things like chargers and things. She makes decorations for different occasions. She has let us know that there is we already know there's a lot of work that goes into quilting and other things. This creator has let us know that something like a pillow, like we see in a couple of these videos, can be up to 150 pieces of fabric or materials. A quilt can be anywhere up to 500 pieces of material, which is interesting. So she will say regularly, as an inside joke on the channel, that like scraps are not her boss, but she does use a lot of scraps and a lot of different things. And I think it's wonderful to build or to make handmade and homemade, vibrant, colorful things out of fabrics and materials that otherwise might have been passed by. And this creator takes ordinary things sometimes from the home. She's either making things from scratch or she's taking things from around the home and turning them into colorful, homemade, handmade things. This creator as well has got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 2,600, 3,800 views. And then I've caught this creator many times for live streams. I'm very upset because she let us know. I was unsure about a schedule, and she said she does them. Did you say Friday at 9:45? I've still got my note from the other day here. And That's right in my working schedule. So at some point, hopefully, I'll either be driving or have a Friday off where I'll be able to catch that. But Vintage Doll by Joe does a great job in her live stream. She's a truly dynamic creator. Look at this multicam setup she's got going on sometimes as well. And she keeps up with the chat while she's streaming, shows us all the things she's working on and planning and things she's made. So hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Doll by Joe. She has to be excited. She's working on 2,900 subscribers now, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her when we get there. She is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who is here for just about every stream. I certainly don't expect that from anybody, but I do appreciate it. I'm getting a little bit out of order here, so I'm going to put create and relate onto the wheel. And then Kid Wonder's going to come up in a moment, I think, right? Did I get that right? Yeah, Kid Wonder's coming up in a moment, but Cruz Bolero dropped a super chat, and they've done that kind of thing a million times before. They actually took over our stream boss position, which I forgot to mention earlier today, but every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. That's the video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat and membership knocks that life off, and the last person to knock it out takes over and gets some extra exposure for their channel. Cruz Bolero's held that position many times before, and I certainly appreciate the extra generous support. Yeah, Timmy, I'm running out of time, so I don't think we're going to get to any more channels today other than the ones on the list. I'll take it one at a time, and I'll try to move quickly, but we'll see. But right after Tuber Chat, Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up, and he's going to allow everybody to continue connecting the same way we do here. All of our moderators allow that. I've got the link there, and I've just pinned it. And then Just Jason Keto has been a member for long beyond 3 years as well. Not to mention, he's a beloved and dedicated moderator. We saw his channels earlier as well. Cruz Bolero, literally 800 subscribers on the nose. If anybody hasn't connected with them, I hope you will right now. Whenever somebody gets to a 100 milestone, we always hope that they will get to another 5, maybe even 10, because they want to keep that milestone locked in. Once you pass 800 subscribers, you know, you get to 801, 802, you don't want YouTube to come along and take a bunch of subscribers and you dip back down under 700. I know what that's like, I promise you. Create and Relate is monetized, which is great news, great to know. And I will talk about that when I get their channel up, but they have to be excited. When we look at Cruz Bolero on the screen, we're going to see cruising, travel, hotels, dining, and more reviews. I'm just going to grab the latest video. This one's got 10 travel safety tips, which is great to know. I'm glad to see many creators in the travel community sharing things like this. We see it on a few cruising channels and other travel channels, because these are not like from the television, like the news and things. That's helpful also at times. But this is real people taking real trips, showing us the things they're going through and the things they're actually witnessing, so that we can help avoid some of the headaches that might come along with travel, some of the unexpected things. Cruz Bolero has got live streams on the channel as well. I'm hoping I can catch you for another one of these. It's been a while, but they do these occasionally. Looks like approximately once a month, so we'll see if they're going to bring another one out soon. And hopefully everybody will connect. Cruz Bolero is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'd like to lock them in on that 800 subscribers. Like I said, they have to be excited. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go after Kid Wonder. I'm getting way out of order here. We'll see what Kid Wonder's got going on. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming live stream. This is a second channel from this creator. As far as I know, Kid Wonder's got like 4 of them. They post occasionally, but this is a creator who's been with me for probably 7 years by now. I'm not kidding. Our 6-year anniversary is coming up, and Kid Wonder was featured on episode number 2 of Superchat. I know I said that earlier today, but when you think about the fact that we're on episode 929, we really have done that many live streams, and this creator has been here as a dear friend, not only the whole time, but inspirational and extremely helpful as a dear friend in the beginnings of this channel. So Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming live stream, typically they play games on this channel. I've actually played with him on the channel. This 8-ball pool game is something that I was interested to see because I was already playing that on my phone occasionally. I've been playing that for years. I love bubble shooters and of course Sonic the Hedgehog and lots of the classics that he's got here. But this creator will also do shorts on the channel, and when we look through some of these, they've gotten into 1,600 views over here. And then live streams, if you were to search Superchat on his channel, you'll find that game that we played together. Let's see what Kid Wonder and Rosie have got going on his main channel. This creator brings pure variety, a chance to get to know Kid more than anything else, along with Rosie. These creators are posting occasionally, like I was saying. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos. I'll put that in my catch-up list. I always look for things that are over 3 minutes. But then they've got shorts over here as well. And these have gotten into 2,900 on this channel. Not sure about the members only one, but that's interesting to see. YouTube's really pushing members only content, and then they've got plenty of live streams as well. Hopefully everybody will connect with Kid Wonder and Rosie, and you'll find more channels when you get over there as well. Let's look at Canadian Family Life and see what they've got going on. I'm spinning the wheel already. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, that's really cool. Create and relate. Yeah, you know what? I haven't been asked for a while. So I haven't thought of it, but actually the way that monetization has worked over most of this time, many years, we used to hear of creators getting notified by like Thursday or Friday that they might be monetized, and then it would take the weekend, right? But it would be there either Monday or early Tuesday. Now we're seeing it faster than ever, which is great to know. So they said literally overnight they got it, which is great. So hopefully everybody will connect with Create and Relate and show them some love over there. I keep spinning the wheel. So Hala is coming up next. Canadian Family Life is up here right now. I'm just going to drop the link for Michael's Adventures because his premiere is going to start in a moment. And in 5 minutes or so, and we can go over there and continue connecting the same way we are here. Canadian Family Life comes to us from New Brunswick. This is Tiffany's channel. The whole family gets involved in the channel, but she is going to bring us a lot of food bank grocery hauls, cooking, baking, challenges between family members, product reviews, sponsored videos, vlogging, crafting, creating, and I'm just going to grab the latest Easter message from this creator, and I'll put that in my catch-up list. Now, Tiffany is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. She's got one of the fastest growing channels we had seen in the Superchat family because of all the support that she gives to other people. She got to her first 3,000 in barely over a year. Which is interesting to see, and that's just barely getting on 3 years ago now that she started, I believe. Canadian Family Life has got shorts on the channel, 5,600, 10,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams are occasional. She's usually on every month or two, so we'll be expecting another one fairly soon, I'm sure. Her husband has another channel called Chris's Creation Fun, and he brings do-it-yourself videos and product reviews over here. He does 3D printing, working on solar equipment, battery packs and I believe generators as well, if I'm not mistaken. He's working on grow lights for the container garden that's often featured on Tiffany's channel as well. And then he's got a few shorts to get the channel started also. He's locked in his 100 subscribers at 100 today, 108. We would love to push him towards the 200 subscribers we know he's thinking about. I already spun the wheel, so Hall is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Hala is up on the screen right now. I actually just watched one of their videos. Where did it go? This one, was this what I watched before the St. Patrick's Day parade? This is really cool. I was thinking about something while I was watching this. So Kristen Welton, my love, of course, here in Niagara Falls, Canada, she often takes part in the Santa Claus parade. So we've been in it a couple of times. We've literally like taken my pickup truck and decorated it with purple decorations and stuff and been in the parade, and it's always fun. But it's cool because I've been able to see the behind the scenes where people are getting ready. I've been involved in other parades before for different reasons. But it's great that they're bringing this behind the scenes look so everybody can get an idea of what's happening and how many people are involved in this. I know it's overwhelming while a parade is going by. It's entertaining to watch, but looking at what goes on behind the scenes gives you a chance to see how much work goes into that kind of thing as well. Hall is bringing us a really interesting mix of content on their channel. I was gonna start when they've been here with us for, I don't think it's been a year yet. It might have been. And forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but I was going to describe their content as almost travel-based because they're bringing us so many interesting, different things from different places. But it really is a bit more variety than that. You'll have to literally watch the channel to make your own decision on what you think we could categorize this channel under. Obviously, another auto enthusiast, and I say it jokingly all the time, but most people will probably be able to pick off some of the makes and models of these cars better than me. But 2500, 3100, 3300, and they're bringing us all 4 seasons and content over here as well. So live streams on the channel, there's that St. Patrick's Day parade, and they've got quite a few different things here to show us as well when we think about different outdoor locations. All 4 seasons, you know, getting pummeled with snow, typically around New York, I guess, more than anything else. So I'm still learning. I feel like I should know that channel a little bit better. Yeah, forgive me, Hala, I'm getting way ahead of myself. I've done that to other people as well, talking about it being a year or even longer when it's not even close. But Hala's been incredibly supportive, not just here, out with other creators and their premieres and live streams as well. So no surprise that I'm getting ahead of myself with that. Create and Relate is up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then what we're looking right now is at Create and Relate. I just spun the wheel, so we'll get to the next channel in a moment. We're doing perfect for time here. I'll drop the link one more time for Michael's Adventures, and we can go over there and raid. Everybody can continue connecting the same way we are here. And I dropped a link there. I'll be over there right after Tuber Chat as well. I'll play the end screen today because we've got time for that. And his premiere will go on for half an hour. And then I'm sure there's more content. Lots of our friends will be live or dropping premieres. But we know Keeping Up with the Stardashians is doing karaoke tonight at 8:30 right after Michael's Adventures, if I remember right. So Create and Relate is saying this latest video was actually 10 hours long. And they edited it down to an hour and a half. So So, yeah, we never get to pick the winners. Every time I've run many channels, and every time I think I've got a video and I can predict where it's going to go, I'm wrong every time. It's always a surprise. The ones we think are going to do great may or may not. The ones that we think we're just putting it up, we're just hurrying to get something out there, could be the one that pops. We just never know. We just keep making as many videos as we can. So Create and Relate is going to bring us all sorts of different creativity. They get involved in a lot of different things. They've been doing quite a bit of resin lately. This one's a paper quilling video. They've done diamond painting as well. They show us hauls of the different supplies or reviews, and then they do other product reviews as well, maybe related to our YouTube video, with cameras, hard drives, lighting, a Cricut machine. They can make their own merchandise if they want and do all kinds of things. They share that with us. They've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 1,600 views on a couple of them, and then live streams as well. They've done plenty of these. I've caught some of the diamond painting ones. We'll look forward to seeing more if they're going to bring them out. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and hopefully everybody will congratulate Create and Relate. They're literally monetized as of right now, and have got lots of ways now for us to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. The Nichols 13, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And then the Master of All Movies Presswood DVD Collector is up on the screen. This creator is going to show us their continuing growing collection of DVDs and Blu-rays together. Some of my favorites. They talked about The Social Network the other day. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. They've got plenty of others to go through, and Sarah Presswood will also live stream. I was really lucky to catch them for a pop-up live stream the other day, and they do a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're talking about the different things they're bringing to the screen. 2,200, 2,400, 6,900 views on some of these shorts videos, which is great to see. And like I said last week, I didn't realize it'd been a week already, but I caught her for a live stream, and then she just did another one a few days after that. Hopefully everybody will connect with Sarah Presswood. She's here for every stream ever since finding us a couple of months ago. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. And then if you seek Amy K, good to see you here. Yes, I'm just spinning for fun, but Jesse Journals and Unboxes is going to be the final channel for today. We're going over to Michael's Adventures channel for a premiere where we can keep connecting. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate everybody's support, of course. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators, including Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way I do if it wasn't for their help. I promise you, they go far over and above in helping with these streams and helping keeping myself and each other informed. I couldn't say enough about all of them, so hopefully everybody will connect with all of them. We'll be back on Friday. Right now, we're going to go over to Michael's Adventures channel. I'll be over there in about 3 minutes. And Jesse Journals and Unboxes has her premiere ready to go for this Sunday. She's on at 3 p.m. Eastern every week. We get an opportunity to continue connecting in her premieres as well. She's usually on for about 20 minutes. You see from the last several videos, she unboxes all sorts of different things. Lately, a lot of subscription services or crafting supplies that can be used for collages and journaling and she collaborates with a lot of other creators, using actually the official collaboration feature. One of the things I never thought to mention before, and just recently came to mind in the last stream, was the idea this creator sometimes gets the owners of the subscription services, like the owners of the businesses, to come into the chat so everybody can do some Q&A while they're talking about some of the things. She does much more than subscription services, but they are a big part of her channel. They always have been, and she always brings us really interesting things. You can really hear passion in this creator when she talks about anything from postcards to books to those crafting supplies. And then when we dig through the shorts on the channel, we feature even more items that have been featured in the unboxing videos, including washi tape, bath and beauty products, snacks, stationery, and jewelry, of course. And then when we get into live streams, we see that this creator's live occasionally. It's been a little while. We'll keep the notification bell on, and hopefully catch her for another one again sometime soon. She's got plenty of replays in the meantime. She's working on 2,800 subscribers, so hopefully we can push her a little bit closer to that milestone. Angel Rose Designs, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. You're just catching us for the very last second, so thank you very much. Thank you again, everybody. Let's make a quick exit, and I'll see you with Michael's adventures in a few minutes. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.